Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the fifth in a series of 5 learning lounges which support the Care Leaders Bootcamp. We've talked about a lot of things. At the end of this session, I will make an attempt to try and bring all of those things together, and we'll see where that gets us in terms of kind of overall lessons from this series of webinars. So today we're going to be focused on working environment, and I'll talk a little bit about what that means and what we'll cover in a moment. But just by way of introduction, for those of you that are new to this, my name is Mark Story. I'm the Head of Learning Innovation at FutureU, and I've spent my career being interested in how people learn, the impact of learning on organizations and organization culture and organizational performance, and particularly the role of managers and leaders within that. So there is a real correlation between how people feel in the environment that they work in and the quality of the manager that they report to. So the better the manager, generally the better the experience of somebody at work. And it will be no surprise to learn that about 7 in 10 people that leave an organization tend to be leaving because of a manager as opposed to the actual work or the organization. And if we reflect on that, we probably think about previous jobs where we really enjoyed the people, enjoyed the connections that we made. The work, you know, is what it is, but it's often our relationship with the manager that really makes the difference between, are we enjoying it, are we giving everything, or are we not enjoying it and want to go elsewhere. And today we're going to explore some of the factors that make us want to go elsewhere or make us want to stay. So what can we do to create a positive working environment? So the things that we're going to cover today are as follows. So those of you that are familiar with this, I'm going to spend just a couple of minutes talking about the 3 principles of self-development, very important for everyone to internalize and be aware of. Then we're going to think about working environment. So why is it important? What does it give us? Why should we put effort in to creating a positive working environment? Then we're going to get into some of the detail. So I'm going to introduce the concept of dealing in ease, and that's not a drug dealing reference. That is us trying to get energy and excitement and engagement and enthusiasm and effort from people, and the things that we have to do in return, the environment we have to create in return. Then I hope what is going to be a highlight to this meeting is, or this webinar, is an audience participation moment. So I'm going to ask you all to come up with a massive long list of the things that make us happy. And we're going to then dissect that list, and I'm going to share with you a way to look at the things that you're doing in a working environment to make it positive. Then, as I said, completely overambitious, we're going to bring all of the learning lounges, learning takeaways together, and talk about how doing all of that is going to help us create a positive working environment that people will not only be attracted into, but once they're in, will want to give all of their effort and will want to stay. So at the end, we'll do the summaries and takeaways, and we'll talk about getting the CPD certificate and other additional resources that the excellent Alex has put together and made available to you. So with no further ado, let us move on to the next slide, if I can get my mouse working. So first of all, the 3 principles of self-development, and I've talked about this quite often now, but there are 3 principles if we want to improve ourselves in any aspect of our lives. And the first one is we need to have self-awareness. So we need to know what we're good at, what we're not good at, in order to help direct and inform our self-development. So if we think we're great at something, we're never going to learn to improve in something. And the only way to build self-awareness is, first of all, to be honest with yourselves, but also to be gathering feedback from people in how they're experiencing you. The second principle is real life is the best classroom. So real life gives us all the opportunities we need to practice and hone the skills that we need to be effective in our lives. And the third principle is that quite often we need somebody else to help us unpack the lessons that life provides us with. So again, seeking feedback, talking to a colleague or a manager is a great way of making sure we reflect on how we're performing in our work environment, in our lives, and helps us build that self-awareness to inform further self-development. So taking those three principles, internalizing them, will help you improve in any aspect of your life that you're looking to improve on. Okay, let's move into the topic of the day, the working environment. Why is a positive working environment important to us? So I have got 7 thoughts here, and I'm sure that you can come up with some more, but these are things that I thought are important factors of why it's important for us to experience a positive working environment and put effort into creating a positive working environment in the workplace. So first of all, it supports people's mental health and well-being. There is enough stress, there is enough negativity, there is enough poor relationships, there is enough anger in the world to last a lifetime. So we don't really need to have that at work. And if we can have a positive working environment, then it will support people's mental health and well-being. People will be happier as a result. If we've got a positive working environment, then not only will we be able to attract people into our organizations, and we know what kind of staff shortages there are that exist in the social care sector, but we will also be able to retain those people. So if you're enjoying yourself at work, you are less likely to think about moving down the road for another 20p an hour to go and work in Tesco's. If you've got some positive relationships in the organization that you're working in, if you get on with your manager, you're getting a good bit of recognition, appreciation, and support, then you're more likely to be thinking positively on, I don't know, a Sunday evening before you go in and start your shift on a Monday morning. If we can create a positive working environment with good relationships, people well supported, appreciated, then people are going to put more effort in. People are going to care more about the quality of the work that they're doing, which leads to improved outcomes for residents. It is no secret, particularly in the NHS, where there's lots of data available, that where people's mental health and well-being is poor, there is worse patient outcomes, and where it's better, there are improved patient outcomes. And the same applies for any organization in the health or care sector. As a result of people feeling better about work, they are less likely to be absent. Of course, it doesn't stop people being physically ill, but it's those kind of marginal moments where people make a decision, should I go in, shouldn't I go in? And if you're not motivated in a workplace, then you're more likely to think, well, actually, I've got a bit of a headache and I'm not gonna bother going in today. So you will find there is less absence as a result of installing a positive working environment. Better team working for a number of reasons. So better relationships, better health and well-being, allows people to connect better. If you've got staff that are staying longer, that they feel more supported, they feel more appreciated by management, then they're going to have better relationships and they're going to work better as a team. I think when there's underlying stress, underlying fear in an organization, then often people are looking out for themselves. They're not really engaging in relationships with other people, and you see a worsening of team working. Second to last, half of our waking life pretty much is spent at work. We want to really make sure that we're enjoying it. Life is too short for us to be working in a toxic environment. We want to work in a positive environment because so much of our lives is spent working. And if we can do all of those things, we come out of work with a sense of pride and joy in work. if we can really be proud of the things that we do, proud of the improvements that we're bringing about, proud of the achievements that we're making in work, then we're going to feel better ourselves, and we'll feel better about work. And that can be brought about by a positive working environment. So how do we bring about a positive working environment? And I want to share with you a thought, and this is a concept called dealing in ease. So this isn't referring to drug dealing. This is about recognizing that people have a certain amount of enthusiasm, a certain amount of energy, a certain amount of engagement, a certain amount of effort, that they decide themselves how much to give to a workplace. If it's a positive working environment, they tend to give more. And if it's a negative working environment, they tend to withhold some of those things. And our role as aspiring managers, as seasoned managers, is to try and create an environment where people feel inclined to give as much of those things as they can. And the way that we do that is by giving them the sense that by expending the energy and effort required to give those things is worth it. And the way that we do that is by making sure that they are receiving happiness signals. So this is where I get into the audience participation bit of today. And in order to do that, I'm going to get on to our digital whiteboard that you may have seen last time. And I want to ask you a question. And the question is, what makes you happy? So what I'd like you to do is either in the chat or come off mute and just shout out all the things that you can think of that make us happy, or that make you happy. So here we go. Daniela, you are on mute, so I can see that you're trying to speak. Okay. So everybody's on mute. You can come off mute or you can go into the chat, but I'd like you to answer this question: what makes you happy? Remember, this is an audience participation moment. Right, lovely, my kids. Okay. Anybody else? Food. I love food. Anybody else? I mean, they can't be the only things. Job satisfaction. Job satisfaction, very important. Brilliant. Okay, they're coming through thick and fast here. Time with family and friends. Good weather. Yeah, good weather. What else have we got? Nature. Nature. Progress. Sense of progress. Yeah, lovely. Feeling like you're okay. Feeling like you're making a difference to others. Lovely. Thoughtfulness. So other people's thoughtfulness. Yeah, that's nice. What else? Art, creativity. Art, the beauty of art. Creativity. Excellent. Positive feedback. Positive feedback. Yes. Spending lovely time with my children. Healthy lifestyle. Healthy lifestyle. Oops a daisy. Let's just get that back up. Spending time with children. Okay, what else have we got? Room to grow professionally. Very good. Grow professionally. And have I missed any out? Achieving goals. Oh, that's a long one. Okay, achieving goals. Let's put achieving goals. Achieving goals. I'm going to split that up into some more. Spending time with loved ones, practicing gratitude. Practicing, that's a lovely one. Gratitude, laughing and having fun. Yeah, having fun. Feeling part of something. God, this is a great list. feeling part of something. What else was on that long list? Pursuing personal growth. Oh, helping others. Excellent. Helping others. What else have we got? Anybody else got any more that they want to put in there? I'll put personal growth in there. Personal growth. Come on, there's loads more things that make us happy. Just two more. Positive communication. Positive communication. Yeah. I haven't spelled that right, but there we go. Anything else? Okay. Well, lovely. Okay, we'll keep it at there. If you've got any more, then just feel free to write them down. First thing I want you to do is just think, that was a nice question to answer, wasn't it? To be thinking about what makes us happy. Even just thinking about what makes us happy makes us happy. So maybe we should put that down as well. So what I'm going to do is just make that a little bit smaller and share with you down here three things, three different types of happiness that we can experience. So this comes from a guy called Martin Seligman. He is the father of positive psychology. And he wrote a book called Happiness. And in there, he said, actually, there's three types of things, and they make us happy in different ways. And it's not that you just need one of them. In fact, in your lives, you need all of these things. So you need things that give you instant gratification. So the characteristics of something that gives you instant gratification are that it makes you feel really good at the time. It gives you a little dopamine hit. That it doesn't last too long, that it's something that usually somebody else does for you or gives you. So it could be, if we look at our list up here, it could be food, might be instant gratification. It could be some positive feedback, gives us instant gratification. Some positive communication. It could be, what else? Having fun, so laughing. I can imagine like drinking wine, going out in nature, makes us feel good. What else might it be? Good weather. That usually doesn't last very long, unfortunately, in this country. Spending some lovely time with family and friends. Let's put that down there. What else? Healthy lifestyle. Maybe that's something else. People being thoughtful, that's nice. If somebody says, you know, good morning, or how are you, or makes you a nice cup of tea, or whatever it might be, then that gives us instant gratification. Maybe seeing some beautiful art, that gives us some instant gratification as well. So there's quite a few things on our list that give us instant gratification. Then there is a sense of achievement. So this is the sense that you have achieved something, you've made progress in something, and it tends to be internal. And unlike instant gratification, which kind of doesn't last very long, you need lots of those things, a sense of achievement lasts a little longer. So it may be on our list, achieving goals can give us a sense of achievement. It could be job satisfaction, gives us a sense of achievement. It could be feeling part of something, gives us a sense of achievement. Maybe a healthy lifestyle. It could be our kids. It could be growing professionally. And somebody's actually put here a sense of progress. Or it could be, what else have we got up there? Personal growth. All give us a sense of achievement. I'm going to put children down there as well. Well, I don't want to delete the children. And then the third area is this sense of making a difference. And this is a lot deeper. This is internal to us, but it's something that we do for others. And it is that sense beyond ourselves. So it's not something that kind of results in anything for us other than feeling good that we have helped somebody else. And it is the most long-term aspect of these three categories of happiness. So when we see our list here, helping others, that gives us a real sense of making a difference. And actually somebody put making a difference to others. And we're blessed in the care sector that we're doing that all the time. But it may be that even with our teammates, we can find ways of making a difference to them. Okay, you may be thinking, what on earth are you going on about, Mark? Why are we spending time thinking about what makes us happy? When we're thinking about the workplace, we need to have these 3 categories in place. So we need to have lots of ways that we can give people a sense of instant gratification. And we've mentioned some of the things there. So it may be being thoughtful as a manager. It may be spending time having fun, so some social things. It may be ensuring that there is positive feedback, that you're giving feedback to people. It could be positive communication, sharing good news. There could be a whole range of things that you can do in your workplace that bring about a sense of instant gratification. Remember, it doesn't last long, so you need to have lots of these things in place to give people any benefit from that. The second thing in our workplace we need to make sure exists is this sense of achievement. So we've got some of these here where we talk about feeling part of something. So we can make sure that people feel part of something by involving them in decisions. We can give people a sense of personal growth by focusing on the career development conversations that we talked about in previous learning lounges. We can help people grow professionally. We can set clear objectives for people, and we can manage and monitor that well, so people have a sense of achieving goals. We can make sure that the goals that we set people are not only ambitious, but well supported, clearly defined, to give people that sense of progress. So while the instant gratification might be more about instant feedback, saying thank you, saying well done, a sense of achievement is a longer term thing about giving people a sense of growing professionally or achieving goals. Then we come to making a difference. And as I say, in the care sector, we're blessed. We're not making weapons here, so we can really relate this to people about the importance that they make in other people's lives. And that really will give people a sustained sense of happiness. So, I'm conscious of time. I've managed to stick fairly well to time at all of these, but it looks like we might run over slightly on this one. So, bringing it all together, we have had a range of different topics that we've spoken about in the Learning Lounge. And if we introduce all of those things and we make sure that there is instant gratification, a sense of achievement, and a sense of making a difference, that we support people's health and well-being, we create a positive communication environment, and we make sure that people's professional and career development is supported in our workplace, then we're going to find that people are happier, that people give more of their enthusiasm and effort into the organization, that people are going to have better relationships as a result and be better team players. As a result of all of those things, we're going to find that we achieve better outcomes for our residents and our patients, that we're going to have less absence and less turnover. And as a result, as an organization, we're going to find that more people want to come into our organization, whether that is residents themselves because they see a positive environment that they want to be part of, or it's a member of staff who sees a positive environment and wants to be part of it. So by bringing all of this together, we will find that we will create a virtuous circle where we'll be getting better outcomes, we'll be reducing absence and turnover, we'll be attracting more and better people in, and as a result, we will find people are happier, more enthusiastic, and better team players. And as a result of that, working backwards, people will find themselves with a greater level of recognition and gratitude, a better sense of achievement for the great things that you're achieving, and a real sense that they're making a difference to people's lives. And it will be as a result of the simple things you've been putting in place as a result of these learning lounges. So, what is our summary and takeaway for today? So I think by implementing these very simple, straightforward measures, to create a good working environment that you in your organization can build a dedicated and skilled workforce that continues to provide the highest quality of care for your residents. And these are the 4 takeaways that I'm proposing from this session. So first of all, there's real benefits. This isn't just being nice to people and having a nice place to be. Actually, there are some real tangible outcomes and financial results if you bring this positive working environment about in the right way. People choose how much of themselves they give to work. They have a certain amount of effort and energy and enthusiasm and excitement and engagement that they give to the organization in exchange for their pay. And the more positive you can create the working environment, the more of those E's, the more of that effort and energy and so on that they're going to give to you as an organization. And when we're thinking about the things that we put in place, we find that happiness can be categorized, and we can make sure that we've got a whole range of things that provide instant gratification, a whole range of things, but slightly fewer, that result in a sense of achievement. And then again, there will be some key things that we can do to make sure people have a real sense of the difference that they're making to people's lives. And finally, in my attempt to bring everything together, by drawing all the other topics together from the learning lounges, we find that all of those things are going to help support, create a positive working environment and bring about all of these benefits. So that brings us to the end of our Learning Lounge series. And of course, Alex has put some great resources together. This particular resource is about putting together a suggestion box in your organization. This will give people a sense of involvement in decision making, and by being involved, people will feel that they're appreciated and recognized, and it gives them a sense of commitment to whatever changes are being brought about. So really great resource there. Either use the link that Alex has put in the chat to access the download, or use the QR code and scan the QR code to gain access to those resources. Of course, there is the CPD certificate. So Alex has put the link to the CPD website in the chat. You can follow that link, you put in your email address, and you'll be able to download your CPD certificate for this session, or you can scan the QR code. And just a reminder that all of the Learning Lounge topics and webinars that we've done are available to you on demand. Again, Alex has put the link in the chat, and if you want to bring all of this together or revisit any of the topics or share them with a colleague or a friend, then feel free to do that and share that link. And there we go. So that brings us to the end of this series. Very sad moment, but a reminder that this is part of the Care Leaders Bootcamp. If you want to engage in the Care Leaders Bootcamp, then again, follow that link and you can follow the program. It will be a series of resources that get sent to you via email, and you'll be able to access all of the learning lounges that we've undertaken over the last 5 weeks. So thank you very much, everybody. Are there any questions? Thank you very much, Linz.
I just want to say thank you very much, Mark, for today's session and for all of the sessions in the Learning Lounge series. I personally found it really interesting and very useful what you've shared, so thank you. For anybody who wants any of the links I've mentioned in the chat, I'll also be sending an email out most likely tomorrow morning with a recording and all of the links. So if you can't catch anything now, don't worry, it will all be in your inbox tomorrow. Daniela?
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you. It was great. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Daniela, and it's been great having you on this as well. It's lovely to see a familiar face each time, and yeah, really glad that you've engaged in it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very much, everybody. Take care, and please access FutureU for any of your learning needs. Remember, it's completely free, and enjoy the rest of your day, and good luck in your working environments.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.